Next up, from Lincoln City, Oregon, 6 rounds of welterweights. Darelle Sukerow and Eduardo Mendevil. Darelle Sukerow is a 26-year-old originally from Edmonton, Canada. Now he calls nearby Portland, Oregon home. As for his record, he is 10-7 with 5 knockouts. His opponent is Eduardo Mendevil. His nickname is actually Mama's Boy Mendevil. Mendevil is 8-3-3, 3-2 in his last 5 fights. And there's former titleist Greg Haugen in his corner, Ted.
Yes, former 2-time lightweight champion Greg Haugen. Terrific action fighter Greg was.
Referee is Jim Erickson. Talk about action, boy, a reminisce back to watching some of those wars he had with Vinny Paz back in the day.
The Pazmanian Devil, one of the favorites of fans.
And when you're an Italian-American from the Northeast, Teddy, you tend to root for him.
I understand. I understand.
But 6 rounds welterweights, Darelle Sukerow and Eduardo Mendevil. Sukerow goes by Big Red, and he has enjoyed his move to Portland.
Well, he might be called Big Red, but the bigger man, the taller man right here is Big Mendevil. Let's see if he can use that height. Use that little bit of reach. Use that jab. As goes the jab, as goes height. Both men sizing each other up. Evaluating the landscape, trying to find ways to score. Sukerow trying to find ways to get in. And look here, Mendevil trying to find ways to counter, trying to find ways to take advantage of Sukerow coming forward.
Teddy, Darelle Sukerow says that he's the kind of boxer that likes to see what the opponent is doing and adapt. Mendevil claims himself as a pure boxer.
You could see right by looking at them, it's like you could see the wheels turning in their heads. Joe, both guys have the same intentions, but different ways of going about it. Just watch. You see Sukerow's just dying to get inside. He's trying to figure out a way to do it safely. And you could see the taller Mendevil just looking on the outside to take what's given him. To take advantage of Sukerow coming forward. Or going backwards, which Mendevil just tried to score that time when he saw Sukerow go backwards. Mendevil showing the ability to be opportunistic. He saw that Sukerow was not set. He came forward.
Final minute of round number 1 between these young welterweights. Darelle Sukerow in the black trunks. Eduardo Mendevil in the white with the green stripe.
You could see that Sukerow's a little deliberate. I don't know if he will be the next round, but this round is a little deliberate. Mendevil needs to take a little bit more advantage of that attitude, that deliberateness of Sukerow. Mendevil needs to move his hands a little bit more while Sukerow is waiting. He may not get that opportunity later on. Take it while the taking is good.
Cautious first round from the Chinook Winds Casino.
I was looking for a great deal, so I talked to a good friend of mine.
Hemet was desperate.
Even though he's a young guy and just 17 fights, 10-7 now, has been in some big-time situations. He was on the undercard of the big upset down in South Africa last year when Hasim Rahman put down Lennox Lewis. So the bright lights and the TV cameras, nothing new to Darelle Sukerow.
Oh, he's getting a little excited, Sukerow. He got the attention of Mendevil a little while ago, shook him a little bit, and then Sukerow loaded up. When you load up, you're not going to land again. You're going to miss, usually. two things Sukero needs to be careful of. Not waiting in front too long with the tall Mendevil. And one other thing, Sukero, when he does get inside, he needs to work more.
Third of the way through with these welterweights. Steve Forbes, the IBF's junior lightweight champ. He, in fact, is the only champion in the history of the game to ever come from Oregon.
That's a nice little tidbit. Info.
Round number 3. Darelle Sukerow, Eduardo Mendevil.
Once again, you can see the wheels turning inside the minds of these two young men. Sukerow wants to get inside, but he's not quite sure how. Not quite confident enough to do it consistently. And Mendevil wants to keep Sukerow outside, wants to take advantage of Sukerow when he comes in. But he's not quite confident enough, quite consistent enough to do it often, to do it steadily. See, there's a lot of opportunities here for Mendevil. The problem is he's not taking advantage of them quite enough. Just watch. Sukerow will wait in front of the taller Mendevil. But Mendevil doesn't make him pay a price. Doesn't take advantage of Sukerow standing in his front stoop.
Well, we'll see if Eduardo Mendevil will start taking advantage halfway through round 3 here. Mendevil,
right there, you can't like that, Joe, what I just saw there. Mendevil giving up his height. Look at that, reaching in. Now, he got away with it, but he keeps reaching in. Look for him to get caught reaching.
Yeah, that lunging with the head and lowering himself is opening him up to a counter there by Sukerow.
And you'll pay sooner or later. Like that guy in the commercial with the oil filters? Pay me now or pay me later. You reach in, you might not pay right away. Somewhere down the road, you will.
Now, through 3 rounds here, neither fighter has really cashed in. Mama's boy Mendevil. He said it to me with a straight face, Teddy. Mama's boy Mendevil. That's the nickname. He loves his mom, Hilda, and he admits that she is a big part of his life, and he's actually a single dad that raises 2 sons on his own, so he knows what responsibility is all about.
That's great. Young man can say something like that, not be afraid to say how much he loves his mom. Once again, neither fighter being very opportunistic, although they have the opportunities in front of them. Mendevil has the opportunities with Sukerow standing outside. Sukerow has the opportunities to get inside.
Well, Sukerow, see if he can step in here and close out round 3. Looks like he got a little more aggressive. Halfway done, 6 rounds of welterweights. We're coming back.
Easy Riders of Albuquerque. It's a lifestyle.
Lizzie is one of my best friends. The coolest thing about her is the...
I'm really easy to talk to. I'm Lizzie's other best friend. The thing I like most about Lizzie... I never lose my temper. I have something to say. That's my annoying little brother, Matt. I always treat you so nicely, don't I, Matt? We totally know you, Lizzie.
We can practically read your mind.
Lizzie McGuire. Get inside her head. An original series every Friday through Sunday on Disney Channel.
Welcome back to Chinook Winds Casino in Lincoln City, Oregon. Round number 4 between Darelle Sukerow in the black trunks and Eduardo Mendevil, welterweights here in the Great Northwest. Sukerow picked up the pace a bit in round number 3. He was able to land his high so far in this fight, 22 punches. You see the numbers through round 3. Sukero still looking, Teddy, still looking for a way to move forward and be the aggressor here and step inside.
Looking a little too much. Although I think he's winning the fight, he's still looking a little too much. But 75% of this game is mental, so if you're not sure, if you're a little tentative, you will wait instead of throwing. And Sukero has a reason to be a little bit unsure. He's lost 4 of his last 5, and 2 by knockout. That does affect you.
It's a mental game, and right now, a cut that is just on the top of the left eye on Sukero is bordering on opening up, so knowing that he's been stopped that many times, I'm sure the sight of some blood won't do him well.
Mendevil a little tentative, not taking advantage, as I said earlier. On the outside, he's lost 2 of his last 4. He's got some demons, too. Before he left his corner, Mendevil, I heard the former world champion, his trainer, Greg Haugen, tell Mendevil what I believe to be the right advice. Jab overtime. Take advantage of that space that you can create, and that Sukero, quite honestly, gives you.
Well, retreating backwards isn't going to do it, and he spent the past 30 seconds doing that, Teddy.
That can be bad, especially when you're the taller man going backwards. Now you go straight back, and instead of being tall being an asset, now it's a liability. Because you're the taller man, you're going straight back. The shorter man has a lot of target. Sukero doing some good counterpunching now. Catching, Mendevil reaching. We talked about it last round. You're going to pay if you reach.
And fortunately for Darelle Sukero, it looks like that left eye is just a severe abrasion bruise that hasn't opened up as this 4th round has continued onward.
Give Sukero some credit here. He's made some adjustments. He's noticed that the taller Mendevil has been reaching. And Sukero this round, the last 30 seconds, has been going into that counter-punch mode. He's got the radar on.
Well, Darelle Sukero has taken on the role of the aggressor. We'll see if he can keep it up when we return to Oregon.
Your British sailor circa 1740 knew that citrus fruit could prevent scurvy. Now that's got to be the only conceivable reason a man would put a lime in his beer. Then again, how bad can scurvy be? A certain amount of risk goes hand in hand with living.
What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole.
Introducing Cool Contact Towels from Old Spice. Cool down anytime, anywhere.
I swear I was falling in love.
New Cool Contact. Splash one on.
Teddy Atlas and Joe Tessitore back here in Chinook Winds Casino, right on the Pacific Ocean in Lincoln City, Oregon. Darelle Sukero and Eduardo Mendevil. Round number 5, it's scheduled for 6. Greg Haugen in the corner of Eduardo Mendevil in between rounds. Seemed very confident, Teddy.
Yes, his corner did. He told him he was winning the fight. It's yours, it's in the bag. I'm not so sure. And I agree. But you never know until you hear the final judge's card.
Well, let's take a look at your scorecard through 4 rounds. You had an even round in round 1, and then from there on out, you like Darelle Sukero.
Been doing just a little bit better as far as the clean, effective punches go. At least in my humble estimation. Once again, as I said throughout this fight, and I've said throughout this fight, Mendevil not taking advantage. There he goes reaching, he's going to pay. Not taking advantage of his height, not moving his hands while the shorter Sukero has stood in his front yard. Before was his stoop, and he's moved a little bit.
Teddy, this jab lunging that we're seeing out of Mendevil. As a trainer, what do you say to your guy to take advantage of that? How do you attack?
Be ready to punch, and when he reaches, fill the gaps. Punch! There goes somebody's mouthpiece. I believe it was Mendevil.
Mendevil is without a mouthpiece, and Jim Erickson is going to call time, and that's some Darelle Sukerow with a nice kick across the ring to his manager. Actually, it was Sukerow's mouthpiece.
And the mouthpiece. I got hit by a buck. The warning. Bucks, time in.
We are here in the 5th round, scheduled for 6 welterweights, Darelle Sukerow and Eduardo Mendevil. Mendevil only has 1 knockout in his 14 pro fights. Sukerow, half of his wins have come by knockout. Sukerow in the black trunks has been more of the aggressor here in the latter rounds.
The opportunities are there for both fighters. The opportunity for Sukerow to get inside. The opportunity for Mendevil to score while Sukerow's waiting on the outside. Sukerow got inside, rolling his head nice. Did not stay there. Mendevil, to his credit, has moved his hands a little bit more this round.
See if either guy can steal a round here, because it's been fairly even in round number 5.
As soon as they heard that whistle, they knew what to do.
Skill. Style. Maximum impact. In ESPN and Universal's Born Winner Challenge, it's your chance to get in on the action. Log on to ESPN.com contests, and you can win a trip to next year's Stanley Cup Finals. Watch the Stanley Cup Finals on ESPN and ABC, and catch The Born Identity in theaters June 14th.
Nothing outperforms new Mobile One.
James Toney is getting ready for his main event here on Friday Night Fights. The 2-time former world champion will be taking on Michael Rush in cruiserweight action. This is round 6 of 6 between Darelle Sukerow and Eduardo Mendevil. It's been cautious, but at moments, Sukerow has been the aggressor.
Throughout his career, Mendevil has been the bigger man. He's been a welterweight just about his whole career. Sukerow, well, he's fluctuated with his weight. From junior lightweight all the way to welterweight. But Mendevil not taking advantage of that size. Not enough.
Well, he told me earlier he feels most comfortable right here at 147, but I think it's easy to say you're most comfortable when you don't have to struggle to make weight, right, Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure James Toney was real comfortable when we just saw him right there at 195.
There's a difference between comfort and what's best, what's right. Little thing called discipline sometimes gets in the middle.
All right, let's take a look at Teddy's scorecard through 5. Sukerow 49 to 47. We'll see how the judges have it.
Once again, mentioned it earlier, Sukerow making an adjustment. Little counter-punching mode there, Joe. He notices that Mendevil wants to be cooperative. Mendevil wants to help Sukerow a little bit, wants to reach. So Sukerow's doing that. You see it. He's ready to accommodate him. He's ready to counter when Mendevil reaches. Now Mendevil's not sure what to do. He's a little tentative. Counter-punching will do that for you. Will make your opponent a little tentative, make him lay outside a little. Then, when your opponent's laying outside, you must work. You set it up, take advantage of it. Make good on it.
Nice left hand by Eduardo Mendevil just moments ago.
Mendevil needs to use that left hand. One thing you can't like, though, is when Mendevil does get inside, does give up his height. Sukerow not working enough inside. He might pay for that when these scores are announced. We'll see. He's a shorter man. He gets inside. Doesn't move his hands enough. Allows himself to get tied up.
Well, they have picked up the pace here at the end of round 6, and now there is blood coming down the right side of DARELLE Sukerow's face. That is a product of the left hands we were just talking about from Eduardo Mendevil. And in the eyes of the judges, the aggressiveness and the clean punching should pay off here in round 6 for Mendevil.
Yes, Mendevil has been busy at this round.
DARELLE Sukerow was waiting around before he started going. Eduardo Mendevil was lunging, but in the end, some action was in front of us. Which way will it go? We'll find out when we come back to Oregon.
Across the nation with no roaming or long distance charges on the Alltel National Freedom Network. Sign up now and get 3,000 national night and weekend minutes and 250 minutes of mobile-to-mobile calling free, plus a special deal on a digital phone. Alltel, are you connected?
Fight fans, get ready for bone-jarring, electrifying action as WCK presents Bad to the Bone. Live from the Santa Ana Star Casino, witness Danny Brandt taking on Steve Millis. The mayhem intensifies as Hong Song defends his title against Shadow Washington. See the Queen of American Muay Thai, Angela Rivera, battle Jackie Nava. Then Full Rules Muay Thai is waged by Matei and Pajonchuk. 4 fights, 1 night.
Santa Ana Star Hotel Casino. It's not just New Mexico's biggest entertainment complex. It's your lucky star.
Around the block, just up your street, we're the neighbors you should meet. There are lives we live and dreams we share. We drive your streets and we're always there. We live where you live. We're a good friend who really cares. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Travelocity can.
Travelocity can help me find the perfect place for my wedding.
Introduce me to unagi.
Help me rediscover my father.
Make sure that we don't miss the Aurora Borealis.
Travelocity can.
Find me a great rate to New York.
Show me where to find a penguin.
Give me tools to plan.
Tools to save.
Tools to make my trip better.
Travelocity can turn a wishful thought
into reality.
Visit or call Travelocity.
ESPN 2's Friday Night Fights is presented by Miller High Life. To live simply, proudly, boldly, manly, this is the High Life. And in part by the new cool contact refreshment towels from Old Spice. And by 10-10-220. Dial it and all calls up to 20 minutes are 99 cents. Let's take a look at the total punches as you see the beautiful shoreline in Lincoln City, Oregon. Mendevil the busier man, but Sukerow landing 119 to Mendeville's 97. As for Teddy's scorecard, 58-57, slim pickings for DARELLE Sukerow. Now the official score, let's go up to Jeff Connor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges' scores are in. Judges Baker and Lewis see the bout 59-55. Judge Dennis Ryan sees the bout 58-56. For the winner by unanimous decision, Eduardo Mendevil.
So Eduardo Mendevil goes to 9-3-3 with a unanimous 6-round decision over DARELLE Sukerow. We want to remind you that coming up later on Friday Night Fights,